The April 2026 Visa Bulletin is out, and for a lot of Indian EB1 and EB2 applicants, the headline is simple. There is movement, and in EB2 India, it is significant. But here is the part most people miss. A date moving forward does not automatically mean you should file under that chart, and it does not mean every case is ready to move right now. By the end of this video, you will know what changed, who is actually affected, and what to do next without guessing. Let's start with the basic language, because the bulletin can sound more confusing than it is. The Visa Bulletin is the government chart that tells people when a green card number is available in a family or employment category. For employment-based cases, the two charts people watch most are the final action dates chart and the filing dates chart. Final action dates are about when a green card can actually be approved. Filing dates are about when you may be allowed to submit an adjustment of status application, depending on what USCIS says for that month. Here is the update in plain English. For EB1, China and India each move forward by 1 month on the final action dates chart, from March 1, 2023 to April 1, 2023. All other EB1 areas stayed current. On the filing dates chart, EB1 India and China did not move and stayed at December 1, 2023, while all other areas remained current. For EB2, the story is bigger. China did not move on the final action dates chart. India moved forward a lot, from September 15, 2013 to July 15, 2014. That is a jump of 303 days. On the filing dates chart, EB2 India moved forward from November 1, 2014 to January 15, 2015. China did not move on filing dates. All other EB2 areas are current. Here is the key takeaway. EB2 India saw the biggest change, and that is why this bulletin is getting attention. But the practical impact depends on your priority date, your category, and whether USCIS uses filing dates or final action dates for adjustment of status in this month. Now let's sort who this affects and who it does not. If you are EB2 India and your priority date is earlier than the relevant cutoff, this bulletin may matter a lot for your next step. If you are EB1 India or China, the movement is smaller, but it still matters if your case was close to the line. If you are in a country where EB1 or EB2 is current, this bulletin is not likely to change much for you right now because those categories remain current. Who is not directly affected? If your priority date is still far behind the new cutoff, this bulletin may be encouraging, but it may not change your immediate filing status. Also, if you are in a different employment-based category, like EB3 or another preference group, this specific update is not the same as a movement in your category. That sounds obvious, but people often hear the word India and assume it applies to everyone from India. It does not. The rules are category-specific. Myth versus reality time. Myth: if the filing date moves, you can automatically file. Reality: not necessarily. USCIS decides each month whether it will use the filing dates chart or the final action dates chart for adjustment of status. That one decision can change whether you are eligible to file at all in a given month. Myth versus reality number 2. Myth: a big forward jump means approvals will come immediately. Reality: not always. The Visa Bulletin only tells you when a number may be available. Your actual case still has to clear document review, security checks, and any other processing steps. So why is this happening now? The short answer is supply and demand. Visa numbers are limited each fiscal year, and the State Department has to manage the queue, so the system does not run out of numbers too early. When demand slows, or when there is room in the category, dates can move forward. When demand is heavy, dates can stall or even move backward. That is why one bulletin can look generous and the next one can feel flat. There is also a backlog mechanics piece that matters. EB2 India has historically had very heavy demand, so even a strong jump does not erase the backlog. It just changes where the line is drawn for this month. Think of it like a crowded waiting room. Moving the front of the line forward helps, but it does not empty the room. Example scenario. Imagine an EB2 India applicant with a priority date in late 2014. Under this bulletin, that person may suddenly be much closer to eligibility than they were before. If USCIS chooses the filing dates chart, they may be able to prepare for adjustment filing sooner. If USCIS uses final action dates, the person may still need to wait until the final action cutoff reaches their date. Same category, same bulletin, very different outcome depending on the chart. Example scenario 2. An EB1 India professional with a 2023 priority date. A 1-month move may sound small, but if the case was sitting just outside the line, that 1 month can determine whether the case becomes current or stays 1 month away. That is why people in close ranges pay attention to every bulletin, even when the movement looks modest. Here is the part most people miss. Filing eligibility and approval. Eligibility are not the same thing. You can sometimes be allowed to file before your priority date is actually current for final approval. That is why people need to know which chart USCIS is using in that month. If you mix those up, you can prepare the wrong package at the wrong time. Quick reality check. A stronger Visa Bulletin is good news, but it is still only one piece of the process. It helps to reduce uncertainty, but it does not replace careful checking of USCIS guidance and your own case documents. So what should you do right now? First, check your priority date. Then compare it to both EB1 or EB2 charts for April 2026, depending on your category. Next, look for the USCIS chart selection announcement for this month, because that is the missing piece that tells you whether filing dates or final action dates control adjustment filing. Do this. Keep copies of your I-140 approval, priority date proof, passport biographic page, immigration history, and any prior filings. Avoid this. Do not mail an adjustment package just because social media says the date's moved. Also avoid this. Do not assume the same chart applies to every category or every country. If you are in EB2 India and you are close to the new cutoff, this is the time to organize, not panic. If you are employer-sponsored, let your employer and attorney know the bulletin changed so they can verify whether your case can move. If you are already waiting on a pending case, this is also a good time to make sure your address, travel plans, and documents are up to date in case you become eligible to move forward soon. One more myth versus reality. Myth: if a date is current, the case will be approved instantly. Reality: current only means a visa number may be available. The rest of the processing still matters, and that can include paperwork, background checks, and scheduling delays. What should viewers watch next? First, USCIS guidance on whether it will use filing dates or final action dates for adjustment of status in April 2026. Second, whether the next bulletin continues this EB2 India movement or slows down. Third, whether any categories that are current today start to back up if demand increases. That is the cycle people need to understand. Forward movement, then possible slowing, then another update. If you are an EB2 India applicant, your best move is to stay organized and ready. If your priority date is near the cutoff, get your documents in order now. If you are far from the line, keep watching the monthly bulletin so you can spot a real trend instead of reacting to one headline. And if you are in EB1 India or China, do not dismiss this update. Small movement can matter a lot when you are close to the edge. That is especially true for people who have already gathered their paperwork and are just waiting for the right chart and the right month. Let's wrap this up clearly. The April 2026 Visa Bulletin brought forward movement for EB1 India and China on final action dates, and a much larger jump for EB2 India. EB1 filing dates did not move for India and China. EB2 India filing dates also move forward, but USCIS still has to decide which chart applies for adjustment filing. EB2 India applicants should pay the closest attention. EB1 applicants near the line should also watch closely. And everyone else should check whether their category and country are actually affected before making any decisions. Do not panic. Do not guess. Check your priority date, check the chart, and wait for USCIS guidance before taking the next step. If you want more plain English breakdowns like this, subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next Visa Bulletin update.